In this video, I'm going to be explaining the exact strategies that I use to actually help our clients generate over $160,000 in seller's commission across the span of only 4 months with $10,000 in ad spend. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Pharaoh Harris, and I'm actually the owner of Ledition Media. We're a real estate marketing agency that helps real estate professionals grow their business within their local market through digital marketing. And in this case, this was actually through Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, before we get into things, I do want to say if you are interested in what you see within this video and you want to learn more about how we can help you grow your business within your local market, check out the description where I have a link where you can book a one-on-one call with me and we can dive into all of the strategies that you can use within your local market. Now, getting into things, as you can see here on the screen, we have two different pillars of what this actual structure looked like. The first, on the left side hand of the screen, you're going to see the campaign structure, and on the right, you're going to see the budget structure. In this video, we're only going to be covering the campaign structure. In the future video, we actually cover the full budget structure, but I will say now, inside of the campaign structure, we do touch a little bit on the budget that we were running for this particular client. Now let's get started, okay? This campaign structure consists of three different phases. The first phase, as you can see here, lasted us from weeks 1 through 4. And in this case, we're going to dive into campaign A. Now, the first campaign was specifically for educational content only, and this was actually for videos. So as you can see here, the format was videos that were anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds long. And I want to give you guys an example of the type of content that you were using inside of this campaign. So this, for example, was 5 things every area homeowner must know before selling. So this was a video that spoke directly to sellers inside of a specific neighborhood that we were targeting. Now you'll notice that across all of these different campaigns, we list the budget. And that budget, of course, adds up to 100% of the total ad spend budget, which in this case was $2,500 a month because they were actually in a small market with less than 100,000 population. So with a $2,500 a month ad spend, they're actually spending about $83 a day in ads. So of that $2,500 a month budget, we actually only spent 35% of that within this specific campaign. And as you'll see, the targeting was actually for 35 to 65 homeowners and the top 40% of income. So if you don't know how to target homeowners in the top 40% of the income bracket within a specific area, you can use MLS and filter specific metrics inside of that platform in order to get a list of all of the people's names and emails that you can actually bring into Facebook ads and exclude them from this campaign. Now, when we put the pinpoint on the neighborhood, we actually did a 25-mile radius. Now for the interest, we select home improvement and financial planning. Now, the optimization for this specific campaign was for through play and link clicks. So we wanted to get as many people as possible that would watch the entire video or some of the video and actually click on the website link, which is going to lead us to our next campaign structure within phase 2, which I'll tell you guys about later. Now, in phase 1, the second campaign that we actually set up was for market updates. And the format of this specific campaign was carousel ads. Now, an example of what we actually did for this client was monthly market statistics and neighborhood spotlights. And the budget of this specific campaign that we used was about 25% of that 2,500. And we were targeting homeowners that had actually owned their home for 5 years or more. We also targeted higher value neighborhoods, and we also targeted empty nesters and pre-retirees. Now, for the optimization of this specific campaign, we were actually going after reach. We wanted to reach as many people as possible and actually direct that traffic towards the profile for more engagement, which is going to lead us to phase 2, where we're actually creating custom audiences for this specific action that user takes on ads. Now, the final campaign within phase 1 was the local authority campaign. And what this looks like is a video series. You want to have a video series with neighborhood tours and market insights that speak directly to a seller's pain point. In this case, we had a specific neighborhood, and we had, like, let's say the neighborhood, in my case, I'm in Richmond, Virginia, we had said Chesterfield seller market updates. So actually telling Chesterfield neighborhood homeowners what the market looks like within that specific region and how much money they can usually expect to get from selling their home within a specific neighborhood. And this campaign actually consisted of about 15% of that $2,500 a month ad spend. And for targeting, of course, since we're targeting a specific neighborhood, it was very hyper local ads. And we had homeowner center for 3+ years. We were also targeting 45 to 65 for downsizers and 30 to 45 for upsizers. We actually split test this specific feature of targeting right here. And what we actually found that performed best for the homeowner center for 3+ years was actually 45 to 65. Now that's it for phase 1. And once again, as you guys saw earlier, this only lasted us from weeks 1 through 4. which ultimately is going to lead us to phase two. All of these funnels to phase two, and all of the actual engagement and the reach that we're getting from this specific phase one all leads to phase two, and I'm going to explain to you that now. Now, the first campaign inside of phase two was for video viewers. Now, the audience was people who would actually watch 50% of any of the videos inside of the first phase. So out of all of those 4 campaigns and all of those video ads that we created within phase one, anybody that had watched over 50% of those ads, this specific campaign right here was targeting them. Now, the format of this was short video testimonials from their clients. And we actually edited it for our clients as well. So they were about 15 to 30 seconds. And we put some professional music on there. We had professional lighting. And we actually came in and recorded those testimonials for our client. Now, the actual conversion that we were looking for inside of this phase right here was lead form. So we created a lead form with only their name and email. And you're probably thinking, why do we only get their name and email? What about their number? What about some qualifying questions? And I'm actually going to answer that question here shortly, because I'm going to talk about something that you guys all need to know about actually gaining information from your clients through Facebook ads. Now, the specific offer that we ran inside of this campaign was a free home selling toolkit and 3 essential documents. So these are lead magnets that we're using to actually get that name and email from that specific client or from that specific lead in order to actually get them inside of the pipeline, which we'll later talk about how we were using automations to actually qualify them and actually get them to convert into a sales call that was put directly onto this team leader's calendar. And of course, we have to talk about the budget. The campaign budget for this specific video viewer campaign was about 30%. So 30% of that $2,500 a month ad spend. And of course, once again, $83 a day. Now, the second campaign inside of phase two is what we call the website visitor campaign. And so we were targeting specifically for our audience, anybody that had actually visited the website in the last 30 days. So from phase one, anybody who actually had saw the page, maybe clicked the link in the bio, or actually clicked on one of the call to actions to visit the website, this ad was specifically targeting them. Now, we actually tested 2 different variations of this creative. We tested video and we tested carousel. And of course, like always, what we found was video worked the best. And so the lead form that we were using on this was actually progressive. So in this case, we asked for their name and email. So if they didn't give us their name and email, or if they did give us their name and email, if they come across this ad, it's an entirely new lead magnet. So in exchange for this new lead magnet, we actually asked for their phone number on this one instead of their email. So anybody who would actually put in their name and email on this specific lead form, if they were to come across this new lead magnet and actually put in their information, then we would now have their name, number, and email. Now, the budget of this specific campaign right here was about 35% of that $2,500 a month ad spend. Now, the final campaign inside of phase two is specifically the engaged audience that we had built inside of phase one's ads. Now, what you'll see here is anybody that had liked any of the ads or commented on any of the ads or shared any of the ads from phase one, they're the ones that we are targeting with this specific campaign. And what it is a static post with an extremely strong call to action. And for the lead form, we only had about 3 fields max. So anybody that didn't put in their information on campaign 2 or campaign 1 within phase 2, this one right here is specifically optimized to create name, email, and number. So that way, this is the third interaction. If they want to put in their information, we're going to grab all of their information inside of this specific campaign. Now, for the offer, the lead magnet that we're doing for this, of course, is a private seller's market strategy call. And this is actually a calendar link within the funnel that we've built for this specific team leader so that these leads can go directly onto that page and schedule a call directly onto that team leader's calendar. Now, the budget for this specific campaign was about 35% of the total ad spend, which once again was $2,500 a month. Now, that brings us to our final phase, which is phase 3. And this one actually lasted from weeks 8 through 12. So within this phase, we have, once again, 3 different campaigns. And in the first campaign, the multi-touch campaign, you'll see that we were targeting anybody who had actually visited the website 3 times or more, and anybody that actually became part of our email list through this specific campaign here, video viewers, or this specific campaign here with an engagement audience. So what this means is we were actually creating format videos that were problem, solution, and testimonial. And the flow of these specific ads were for pain point identification, process explanation, and success story with a call to action. So this specific campaign, we were optimizing it for, once again, these people that had visited the website and anybody that was on our list. So it was specifically people that were very interested in whatever offer we were pushing their way. So we were speaking directly to their pain points. We spoke directly to the process that would solve that pain point. And then we gave a client testimonial or success story that actually had a call to action at the end to book an appointment directly onto the team leader's calendar. And we were using about 50% of the total ad spend. And I'm going to tell you now, this campaign right here absolutely crushed for us. This one did very, very well. This is one of our top performing campaigns. And actually videos that we had came in and filmed for our clients within this specific flow, they absolutely crushed. I think we were sitting at about a $5 to $6 cost per lead within this specific campaign. Now within campaign B, you'll see that this is for any of the custom intent audience that we had built. So anybody who had actually came across one of the lead forms and put in some information and then abandoned actually were the ones that were getting this ad, as well as people that were engaging a lot with the ads that we were putting out within both phase 1 and phase 2. Now, the format of this was a personalized video. So you'll see here, you started your home selling journey, right? So this video is going to speak directly to somebody who had actually abandoned the form or actually had engaged with our ad. So we're going to be like, hey, I saw that you had actually started filling out the form. Here's what you can do next. Or, hey, I saw you interacted with our ad. Here's what you can do next. So you're speaking to somebody that directly took action inside of your sales process, so that way it's very personalized to them and actually can, grab their attention and once again bring them to a direct call scheduling page that we had built for this specific client. And for this one, we were using about 35% of the total ad spend. Now, I will say now that, this ad right here, campaign A absolutely crushed, but campaign B and campaign C here, they were about 50-50 split. So if we were to say about conversion when it came to like the amount of clients that we were bringing in from these specific campaigns, it was about 50% right here on campaign A, and then 25% on campaign B, 25% on campaign C. So if you're a realtor that's looking to create campaigns and you follow this structure right here, I'm going to tell you now, and I already know that campaign A right here, this multi-touch campaign, is the one that's going to perform best for you. Now, the final campaign within phase 3 is the urgency push campaign. And this was actually targeting anybody who had been in our system for more than 14 days. It was a text heavy static ad. So it was speaking directly to somebody, once again, who was in the system, and it would say, hey, this deadline is coming up. You need to take action now. And of course, the call to action was scheduled this week. And if they clicked the link, it was actually taking them directly to, once again, that team leader's calendar where they could book a call directly with him. And this was accounting for about 15% of our total ad spend. Alrighty guys, this was all I had for you today. This was actually the campaign structure that we used to generate our client over $160,000 in seller commission. So if you're a real estate professional that wants to get some of these same results, if not better, I highly recommend that you go down to the description and schedule a one-on-one call with me where we can dive deep into your specific local market and see if we'd be a good fit for each other. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.